Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I covered this topic before, but I will just make a little summary here. When you receive something from someone else, a donation or a present, when you open the present or the donation, you're not going to say, it's only a Mercedes S-Class. I was waiting for a Bentley or for a Lamborghini. You can, next time when you come, just bring in me an Aston Martin, okay? You don't do that. That's very, very poor upbringing. That is rude. Well, you can be rude. The problem is the person who gave you that should just take that present back. That's how it's at least in the Romanian culture. It's a saying, the person who's unhappy with the gift should be taken the gift away from that person. So I think that's fair. Not fair, mandatory. So in this case, you have Ukraine. Everything Ukraine received from outside is not, under any treaty. The Western countries, the sponsors, do not have to do that unless they have an interest, obviously. And the interest is Russia. So when these guys say, the Americans, the Western countries, some of them, we're going to help, we're going to send aid to Ukraine. No, it's actually more than that. More than that. And Ukraine is always dissatisfied. It's like, send more. Yeah, that's what you send. Jesus Christ. Oh, unbelievable. It's like an ugly lady of the night who you go to pay, and she's like, you give me $1,000 for the services I provide? I want $1 million. I wouldn't give you 1,000. Let's start with that. Not even for free. You should pay me. But this is delusional, or the lady of the night has something on me. Or I want something else. I don't want the lady of the night. Actually, I want something else. I don't know, get some AIDS or something. So anyway, let's see what's going on here with this little article that I have. And it's coming from the New Voice of Ukraine. Ukraine already knows the type of aircraft it may get from Western allies, Ukrainian Air Force says. So this article, New Voice of Ukraine, from January 24th. So Ukraine already knows what airplane, but it's not going to get only that aircraft. Don't worry, it's going to get more than that. And I'm quoting, we asked to give Ukraine such a weapon as a multi-role warplane at the beginning of Russian invasion, he said. So we asked to give Ukraine. Okay. It's obvious, I'm quoting again, it's obvious since without aviation, without reliable air defense, it's very difficult to conduct any combat operations at all. Well, you're on your own, buddy. Why didn't you plan ahead? So whose fault is it? Anyway, Ignat said the relevant issue has always been on the agenda at talks. I know that. We all know that. But the Western countries had to build support, their weasels. They don't have to rattle them. How do you call that? Scare them from their TV and alcohol and games. So don't scare them. Just take it easy. Now, he noted that Ukraine's top military leadership and representatives of Ukraine constantly raise the issue of the supply of aircraft in various international circles. They will get them, don't worry. Now I see here a little read also. Slovakia willing to send MiG-29 aircraft to Ukraine. They already, that's going to happen. Slovakia signs deal with Czech Republic and Poland to help it send MiG-29s to Ukraine. Help. Okay, yeah, that's help. And I'm quoting again, our military pilots went to the United States. Funds were allocated for their training, end quote, the spokesperson. Well, it doesn't work like that, buddy. You can't make someone, oh my God. So it doesn't work that way. I'm the person who's going to provide this weasel with a gift. You're not going to send you, let's say you want a car, and you don't learn first how to drive without having the car. You can't do that, but it's kind of like putting pressure. So this guy Ignat saying, now we sent our pilots in your country to give us airplanes. Now where are the airplanes? Well, it doesn't work that way. But anyway, I think everything was determined a long time ago that they will receive tanks, long-range missile systems, and aircraft. I have no doubt that will happen. Why? Look at the pattern and in history, not only in this little thing. Everything they asked, they received, and it was a crescendo, from, I don't know, bullets, condoms, blankets, ladies of the night, to now tanks and aircraft pretty soon. So, and I'm quoting again Mr. Ignat, the type of aircraft that will probably be provided to Ukraine and the corresponding terms of personal training have already been determined. Come on, don't keep us waiting, Ignat. Give us the information, please. Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba said, oh, another weasel, on January 23rd that Kiev's Western partners, there's no partners here, you are the weasels, you die for the other ones, basically. That's what's going on. You're going to be a vassal state. Right now you're under total control, I guess. Right? I have to say I guess. But that's my assessment of this. So, the Western partners were finally beginning to mull making modern fighter jets available to Ukraine. And here we have, earlier, Dutch Foreign Minister Wopke Hoekstra said the Netherlands would consider transferring F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine should Kiev make a corresponding request. What do you think? What do you think? Will that happen? And here I have read also Zelensky addresses Ramstein participants call for transfer of F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine. I know about, if Kiev makes corresponding request. Well, what do you think? Would Kiev make the corresponding request to the Netherlands? I don't know. Yeah, of course. The thing is, how come the Netherlands already knows that will provide Ukraine with F-16s when, from my information, I think the deal goes like this. F-16s were provided by the United States of America as the Leopard 2 tanks were provided by Germany to other weasel countries. So it was a deal between weasels here. And I know that when the Americans sell F-16s and other, F-35s and so on, that country cannot sell the equipment to the third party without the Americans' consent. So the Netherlands, coming and say, oh, we're going to give you F-16, if you, ask her nicely, that means the approval was already, given by the Americans. So this is just a backdoor way of inserting your F-16s in Ukraine's territory. So I think that's the way it is, my friends. And this is just the beginning. But it's interesting that the Ukrainians want F-16s, and they said they want F-15, 16, and they got stuck with that. And after F-16s, what do you think was going to be next? F-35? They're not going to receive that. And I don't think, really, to be honest, I don't think that Ukrainians will operate those F-16s. Not because they can't, but you remember how much does an F-16 cost? Give it to a Ukrainian guy to use it, potentially being shot down, or maybe taken to Russian airfields. And the same with the tanks. You give these guys tanks, right? Now they supposedly transfer Patriot batteries, missile systems. Do you think air defense systems? Do you think that would be operated by the 100 Ukrainian personnel transferred to Oklahoma, to the state of Oklahoma, for training for I don't know how many months, because you need at least 6 months to operate Patriot batteries? Do you think they will provide, they give, okay, you take my, I don't know, what should I say, Bugatti, get my Chiron or whatever it's called, Bugatti, you take my $1 million car, and you just put your son, let your son, your, I don't know, 19-year-old son drive it. And it's okay, because my idiots are going to make another Bugatti for you. That 8. Do you think that that's how it goes? If that's the way it goes, I don't discard the possibility whatsoever, but I don't think it's the probability that you do that. I mean, the possibility is, because these guys are going to make another Bugatti with your taxes and my taxes. No problem with that. And then the same politicians who do that for those guys, and those guys will come and tell us, vote for us, because we're going to do whatever you want. We are given this, and they're given the whole sack of money from our, this with this, with this, with this. And our schools are in bad shape. The infrastructure crumbles like 1950s or something. The hospitals are as they are. We have all kind of problems, and these guys provide unknown country people with F-16s. Just go over there and fight the evil Russians. It's much more than they tell us, obviously, and we know. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.